what would you tell another company who's considering making this same move? Would you focus on other things than what you did initially if you had to do it all over again, or did you feel you guys had everything in hand?
We had a kind of a, for us, we've been a Unigraphics or NX user for 30-some years. We had some licensing issues to deal with that were completely unexpected. Maybe we should have, been a little more knowledgeable that we were going to run into issues, but we thought we had all the 5-axis machining capability in our existing license structures, and that's a Siemens issue. And the bottom line is that wasn't true. The simulation software was considered an add-on from where we were, even though at the time when we bought the software, we bought what we thought was all the 5-axis capability. Siemens considered those products add-ons and that we had no licenses for them. That cost us, we had to go back and get new licenses from Siemens, with a new bundling of the software. And, in the end, that was about a $50,000 expense, I think, that we didn't really consider or, didn't have knowledge that that was going to happen to us. Again, we can take complete credit or blame for not looking into it thoroughly and everything, but like I said, that ended up being kind of a surprise. Other than that, I mean, again, we knew that, the learning curve was going to be significant, and it is. We really have only one guy that's doing 5-axis programming right now. We've had 3 guys go through training. 2 guys, again, are trying to keep, the other 9 machines busy, and so they're kind of just sort of lagging as far as their use of programming for the DMG, but one person can keep, the DMG relatively busy. And so we're kind of in a transition, we've got these 3-axis machines that need to be fed, and yet, the efficiency of the 5-axis machine is so much greater. It's a compelling case to have it running 24 hours a day. So I don't know what decisions are going to be made in the future as far as that goes, but I guess we couldn't be any more happy with the DMG machine, the parts. I'm involved in laser scanning right now and inspection, and I'm starting to see parts now that we're inspecting, and the tolerances that we're holding with the DMG, they're outstanding. So we love the darn thing. We're looking to, there's several of us that are looking. It's like, okay, let's get the next one. Let's get a bigger one. That's what we need next.
That's great. That's great. Well, John, I'm sure that there might be some people who on the webinar here that might have some questions for you. Would it be okay to take a couple minutes here if anyone's got any questions at this point that they could let Ian know and see what some of the attendees are thinking?
Sure, you bet.
All right, so anyone that has any questions, go ahead and type them into the question panel there on the GoToMeeting thing, and I will go ahead and read them off to John. Or, for that matter, if you have questions for Michael, Grant, or John goes as well, feel free. The first question I got, what was the total cost per seat of NX at DPW? I can go ahead and take that one. That DPW's had NX for a really long time, so they actually had a different person besides Applied CAX at first. And so when Applied CAX got brought on to DPW, that was the first thing we did, was review their configuration and have to make those recommendations. As far as NX 5-axis machining, it depends really, which modules you're looking at. So if you want to go offline with that, I'll provide my email at the end. Again, it's Ian McGahey, and I can provide you any specific bundling questions that you have there.
Yeah, and it varies quite a bit on capability, functionality. It's no more expensive than other combinations out there in the market. You just get a lot more value. John, have you guys evaluated or looked at other packages and seen any that were offering more for less? Or
Software?
yeah,
The volume mill product is, I just think that that's an amazing product for roughing. It integrates into Unigraphics. I just think that that's the best roughing software that I've ever seen, and we'd like to take a look at it sometime. It's just a matter of trying to, you know, we're biting off as much as we can chew right now. So, but we think that that the Unigraphics algorithms are lagging a little bit in that area, and we sure would like to take a look at that as an, you know, just as an additive. Like I said, it integrates. We've seen it. We've had it to play with it a little bit, and it just looks like something that we're interested in looking at.
yeah, it's a good package, definitely.
One question I got too was the cost of NX compared to MCX7 level 3. I'm not as familiar. Pat or John, are either of you familiar with MCX7 level 3 Mastercam?
I think when you put in all the capabilities that, you know, DPW has as far as modeling, drafting, assemblies, synchronous modeling, edits, full G-code simulation, I've seen prices where actually to get all that capability with Mastercam, some other CAD system, Vericut, you're actually more expensive than seats of NX. So it's hard to make an apples and apples comparison because Mastercam is CAM software. We don't see it as a competing product for CAD or drafting or true simulation yet.
Another comment with that too is one common theme we've been seeing with other people that have implemented 5-axis machining is that's usually one reason they start looking at NX, because you can combine CAD, CAM, and simulation into one seat versus being like a CAM only option. We've seen that quite a bit throughout 5-axis implementations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that the level 3 includes 5-axis, and certainly not simulation. I believe it's the level 3 is 3-axis. But
Chris, we can I'll follow up with you offline on that and to make sure you get your questions answered more thoroughly there.
all right.
Are there any other questions for anybody else on the panel? I know we're pushing up against our stopping point of here. Certainly willing to take more after the time, but we want to respect everybody's time on the call here as best we can. Well, I mean, we do have some other webinars slated that we're putting together. We're definitely looking for industry input on things that matter. We want to stress technical relevance to what people are working on. John goes, I'm sure you get requests from the customers you deal with as well. So we're definitely open to, you know, I'd like to know more about certain topics and hear, you know, real world case studies. I think that's the best value for you guys out there. But we do have one on machine probing coming up. Another one on some of the tools out there that you can use to quickly modify CAD models that allow you to make them more manufacturable, resizing blends, deleting blends, things like that. Feel free to reach out to us. We're more than welcome to hear your suggestions.
So here's contact information for everyone that participated. So if you have any questions, we'll go ahead and just leave this slide up. That's my contact information there. If anyone would like a copy of the slide deck or has any other general questions, I can make sure to also forward it to the right party, even if the question is not directed at me. If anyone has any questions about anything that John from Ellison went over, this is information. So if there's anything that you guys would like to follow up with after the webinar, just feel free, and we can go ahead and make sure to either answer the question right away or at least forward you to the person with the right answer. But I would really like to thank, again, all the presenters, John Goes and John Kern especially. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. And I know we're getting towards the end of the year here, and everyone's really busy. And then also everyone that took the time out of their busy day to log on, we really appreciate you taking the time as well. So with that, feel free to send us any questions. And again, I thank you guys, and have a happy holidays.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.